Most people are scared. They have their hands in their pockets. There's with TradFi assets or with the digital assets. This is where we take a long view on it, and we're establishing this fund over a period of 10 years where we think there's going to be a lot of different opportunities, whether it's the shorter cycles of Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining or the longer economic cycles of a traditional bull bear market in the economy. We like to match those two.
Greg has over 30 years of experience in the financial markets, with a focus on trading high-yield credit. He has worked on both the sell side of the street, TD Securities, and the buy side, as managing partner of credit strategies at a successful hedge fund team during the 2008 to 2009 financial crisis. He was a founding investor at 3iQ, one of the largest digital asset managers in Canada, and is currently the CFO and Bitcoin strategist at validuspower.com. In a recent Twitter post, Foss expresses his complete optimism regarding Bitcoin, stating that he would take the remaining 1% chance that Bitcoin will be life-changing. He also recently participated in an interview with Lawrence Lepard, in which they discussed a number of trending topics that this video will explore. In addition, they mentioned that Bitcoin's recent price movements have dominated headlines over the past few weeks, as it continues its slow and steady march upwards, reflecting a much broader growing bullish sentiment that appears to be gaining momentum right now. It is no secret, for instance, that Greg Foss enjoys discussing at length how grave the issue of sovereign debt repayment has become. Pressure is everywhere. Last week, Lebanon devalued its currency by 90%. Effectively wiping out the wealth of an additional 5.6 million people with a stroke of the pen. This is merely the most recent instance of our global fiat system requiring ever-increasing intervention to stay alive, while Bitcoin's ascent continues in the background. The indicators are subtle, but persistent and cumulative. Greg also discusses in detail the Bitcoin opportunity funds and how their productivity and management would be leveraged to create a more robust Bitcoin ecosystem. Greg Foss will present his perspective on Bitcoin and the plans for the Bitcoin Opportunity Fund in the following video.
The cool thing about Bitcoin is the investment cycle of Bitcoin tends to be a lot shorter than regular economic cycle, okay? And you've seen some peaks and valleys in the price of Bitcoin. That being said, I still think it's, these are rounding error prices for Bitcoin, but what you need is an experienced team that understands that over any cycle, there are times when you should be a better buyer and a better seller. And one of the things that I like about this product is we are actually going to be able to short traditional finance businesses as a hedge, because the economic cycle of traditional finance is right now moving into an area where people are overpaying for traditional finance assets and underpaying for Bitcoin and Bitcoin ecosystem assets. And we think you can hedge the two. It'll take time. This is a product that there's an expression, Sam, when they're throwing money at you, you should be giving them the money back. And when you're asking them for money, nobody wants to give you money because they're scared, right? That's why prices move in the opposite direction of supply. So at the top of a market, everyone's yelling, they're begging you to start a fund at the top of a market, meaning the high price. And then at the bottom of the market, when you should be starting it, which is where we are starting it right now, most people are scared. They have their hands in their pockets. There's with TradFi assets or with the digital assets. This is where we take a long view on it, and we're establishing this fund over a period of 10 years where we think there's going to be a lot of different opportunities, whether it's the shorter cycles of Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining or the longer economic cycles of a traditional bull bear market in the economy. We like to match those two. So Larry's got a lot of expertise, myself, Mark Moss, Corey Swan. It's a bit of a goofy statistic, but we easily get to over 100 years of investing experience. I'll couch that by saying this, Larry. The only thing I bring to the table is 35 years of mistakes, okay? That being said, I've never let any of these mistakes kill me. And managing risk is all about changing your investment thesis as the information changes, okay? So that's what I like to say, that we're going to be part of this, where we have a experienced crew. It has lived through their share of crazy markets, either stupid cheap or stupid rich markets. And all we can bring to the table is our investing acumen that will try to reduce risk and maintain the same level of return, or alternatively, increase the level of return for the same level of risk. It's both things happen when you bring an experienced management team to the table. I look forward to the day when large pools of institutional money will look to invest in this type of asset or fund. The truth is, you have to have a 5-year track record to attract any serious institutional money. And a 5-year track record, you have to start it. And so we're starting it. We're going to get high net worth individuals and accredited investors at the outset, but hopefully 5 years down the road, this will be the investment platform of choice for really big pools of capital. And Larry and I and Mark and Corey will play second fiddle to the expertise of David Foley and James Lavish. But those two guys in themselves are some very experienced investors, so I'm happy to be part of it.
It's both things happen when you bring an experienced management team to the table. Greg Foss hopes that in the future, large pools of institutional money will want to invest in this type of asset. However, in order to attract serious institutional money, you need to have a 5-year track record. Since we are just getting started, we will primarily attract high net worth individuals and accredited investors at first. We will play second fiddle to the expertise of David Foley and James Lavish, but those two guys in themselves are some very experienced investors, so important to be part of it. Cryptocurrency markets had a rough year in 2018, as many prices plummeted. However, Bitcoin has had a strong rally so far this year, and some mining experts see this as an opportunity for the space to stage a comeback. As usage grows, January saw a record number of transactions on the wall of Satoshi, and a new capacity high for the Lightning Network. It's just the beginning of Jack Mallers' excellent work. It's been an exciting beginning for Bitcoin, with companies across all sectors realizing the benefits of the cryptocurrency and the potential of the Lightning Network. In today's instantaneous world, he has no plans to slow down. Greg elaborated by saying he thinks Bitcoin has a lot of potential and that early investors will be pleasantly surprised by how much money they make. Do you agree with Greg Foss's upbeat assessment of Bitcoin? Leave a comment with your ideas down below, and we appreciate you tuning into Market Empire. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.